Hello again, writers. I had the chance to speak with elementary principal Jeff Kubiak today, and he's written a fantastic book called One Drop of Kindness. I really enjoyed talking to Jeff and getting to know him. He's pretty open and honest about his background and his dislike of school, actually, when he was a kid, which makes him being a principal all the more interesting. He looks at his failures as lessons to learn from, and he cites his network of supportive, positive people as a big influence on his life. I hope you enjoy listening and getting to know Jeff. And now, on with the show. Hello, writers. Welcome back to the Writer's Way podcast. I'm Laurie here with Jeff Kubiak. Welcome, Jeff, to my show.
Thank you very much. Honored to be here with you.
Awesome. You have such a fantastic book and topic that's timely, probably all the time, but seems like especially now. But can you share who you are, how you got started, and then about your book?
Yeah, so I'm Jeff Kubiak. I'm currently an elementary school principal in Northern California, and blessed to be an author. A family guy. I have a wife and two wonderful children, and happen to be in Kauai at the moment with my mom and my sister. My journey, is similar to I think others. I didn't like school. School wasn't easy for me. It was frustrating. I got in trouble. I got suspended. I got bullied. I was a bully until sixth grade. I had an amazing teacher that kind of turned my world around, and kind of through that, watching her and reflecting on how she was an empath and so compassionate and kind that, I reflect on that a lot. And that's kind of what I've tried to do. And the story, my book, One Drop of Kindness, is Gus's story kind of through my eyes, and how I think it's so easy for people to find kindness, but yet it's not.
Yes, depending on your background. And
Yeah.
I love the way you say, you had that experience in school. It wasn't necessarily a happy place for you. And now as a principal, you bring that to your job. You bring that every day. And what a great lens. You say you've been a bully and you were bullied. You must really connect with your students very well.
I believe I can connect with all. We've got so many kids in this world, and especially at my school, that struggle and that don't find any joy in being there. They don't want to be there. But then there's others that would rather be there because life at home is terrible. And then you got your group that loves school so much no matter what, right? And so I believe I can kind of connect and help those kids that are kind of our gate, or the superstars, find ways to not be bored and to continue loving school and find challenges. But then, the kids that just everything is a struggle, I'm with them, and I get it.
Oh, and I bet they appreciate that so much. Not every administrator has that kind of background or that kind of approach, I think. So
yeah, I don't know. I think I don't click with every educator or teacher. I push hard because I expect every teacher to embrace every student, as we try to embrace every teacher and support every teacher. And
right, which is difficult.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's not easy. And I really do support all teachers, even though maybe my methods don't portray that all the time.
Oh, interesting. Your school sounds like an interesting place. It's so true, though. Teachers are human too, and sometimes you get kids in your classroom that you do not gel well with, and you butt heads, and that is such a difficult part. Or parents, of the students.
Definitely.
Yeah. We won't go down that rabbit hole. Right? Woo! Okay, back on track. So you have this book, One Drop of Kindness, and did you write it years ago? Is it a fairly new thing? I know it was published in May, but how did that start?
I started writing another book last summer of 2018. It kind of encapsulated all my different failures in life and bringing other people into play, and just wasn't feeling it. And then I just started writing, and I'm a fan of blogging, and I just decided, let's make an easy message for everyone to embrace. And so I just kind of started writing about this journey of a boy named Gus, who is abandoned. He struggles. He's not had it easy. And then kind of in his heart. It's always been there, and he finds a way to connect with others and be an empath and the kindness king.
Oh, that's nice. So when you wrote it, did you always know you were going to self-publish? Did you research traditional publishing, or how did that
Well,
choice
it is
happen?
actually traditionally published through a small, well, at the time, so let me go back. So I thought I would publish my own. I had no idea about publishing.
Mhm.
Talked to different people, reached out, and I threw the manuscript out to a lot. And that was another good lesson of failure, just either not getting a word back or just saying, Jeff, no thanks, or whatever,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I'll never forget one, Jeff, this is not in my ballywick. Yeah, right.
Ballywick?
Yeah, that was it. Jeff, this is not my ballywick. So I have no idea what that meant, but obviously it didn't work.
Because I'm from another century.
So I got in touch with Mandy Freilich and Sarah Thomas at EduMatch, and they had only done one children's book prior, and decided to take a risk. I did too, and we kind of learned together, and navigated the world of illustrated children's books, and got connected with an amazing illustrator, and we began our journey. And so, yeah, it's been exciting. It's been a learning. It's been frustrating, but it's
Yeah.
full of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's fun to go through the process and learn what you have to learn. So did you have creative input into the illustrations and the book layout?
Yeah. So the illustrator, Lily Mora, she and I connected through a friend, Rick Jetter, who's written several different PD books. And yeah, Lily and I we would Skype, Google Hangout, phone call all day, every day, just kind of trying to get my image of Gus and Truly and the main characters to match what I felt. And I think she just nailed it. And so everything that happened in the book was because it was the way I wanted it. Sarah was amazing with that. And she gave me, full rights to doing creative rights, and same with Liliana. We just worked so well together and made it work. It was great.
Oh, that's a nice experience, isn't it?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And so now who does the marketing?
Jeff. It's all me. So I love, looking at people like you who have been so successful with all of your mantra books and how people do things, but it's, trying to be a school principal and manage a family and do these things. And then write and market books has been a challenge. And so, it's pretty much truly social media and word of mouth. I've probably donated 600 books. Because I believe in the message so much. I want it to be in every classroom, every school, every home, because I think it's something that's so important. So, I give a lot of books away, just because I think that everyone needs that message.
I agree. They do. Everybody needs to strive to be a kindness king or queen.
Yes.
So you're giving all these books away. Did you do a bulk print run somewhere, or did you buy them from the publisher?
I buy them from the publisher at a low cost. Yeah. And then, but I don't make money on the book. I just make money on the message, so to speak, in heart. Yeah. But that's really why I'm in it is, I just, same as a lot of publishers, we want people to see our work and feel our work and be able to share our work. And, if we can connect with one kid, then to me, I won, right? And if I change the perception or the way one person comes across to another and makes them able to reflect and be more kind, then I win again. And, it's cool. I've seen a lot of teachers write curriculum already and lessons based on my book. And it's just, that really just lights my fire up. And so on my website, I have free downloads and stuff. And when you kind of look around and you see these drops of kindness in classrooms and throughout, it's pretty cool.
Oh gosh, that just must fill you with pride and joy and happiness. And it really is special when your baby and your mission and your message is accepted and then they run with it. That's amazing.
Right.
What was I going to ask you? No. Oh, so getting around to advice. So you have a family, you have a full-time job that, it's not a 9 to 5er. You have a very full life. How do you, what advice do you have? I'm stumbling over my words. What advice do you have for other people that are like you and they're thinking, there's no way, I don't have the time?
We all have time, right? It's just where do we prioritize? So I get up at 4 and I kind of I have like a little block of time that no one interrupts me, 4 to 5. I have my coffee and I just ramble. I'll either blog or just open a Google Doc and just go. So, I'm blessed. Sarah has taken another chance on me. I have another book in the works that'll be out maybe in spring or summer. And then also my book's going to be translated into Spanish, One Drop of Kindness. So I'm very excited about that. That's
Yay.
happening as
Yep.
we speak. But just
Yep.
people just need to, what is more, if you have this compelling notion or idea, then make it more important. Take out X or Y. And if you want to walk or ride a bike, you can talk into a phone or talk into your recording device. Jot notes on your plane or on the train. And, there's always a medium or a way to do it. You just have to find what's important. And, the word busy just kills me. It's so overused, right? Like, I'm too busy. Well, your priorities are how you want them and how do you want to share or spend your time. And so, look at you. We were scheduled for something else. It didn't happen. You got to go see your son's game or spend time with him.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
writing
yeah,
a
that's
book.
right.
Yeah.
That worked out well, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's how we want to make it. Right. And I was talking to a friend, Dave Shimino, yesterday about moments. And if we live with the moments and create those moments, that's what it's about, because tomorrow we might not have those moments, So I think the future writers or the future message bringers, just get around to it and find a way.
Yeah. Find your moments.
Because in 1 year from now, if we don't, then you're going to look back and, I wish I woulda, coulda, but think about the 365 days you missed out on.
Yeah. And I think it gets harder the longer you put it off. You
No
almost
doubt.
need some event to give you that kick. And if you don't have something happen, it just gets harder and harder.
Yeah, definitely.
To change your habits and your routines and break out of your comfort zone, right?
Yes.
What has been the most surprising thing to you on your journey?
My journey as an author.
Yeah.
Okay. The difficulty in selling books and getting your word out there. I didn't really think it was going to, the world was going to buy it or whatever, but just, there are so many amazing messages out there, so many great books, so many great authors. And, kindness is a big thing right now, but just the difficulty of trying to get the message out there. I've been really intent on sending it to kindness advocates that I believe would like it. So I just, I sent my book to Ellen and Kristen Bell and Lady Gaga, Pink, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, just all these people.
Wow.
And why not, right? And, so people like, Colin Kaepernick did a snap with it, and Van Jones did a snap with it. And I got, through Ariana Huffington, I got an opportunity now. I've been blogging on her Thrive. And so that's been cool. And I think just having people say, Jeff, your book touched my life or a student's life, that's all it's really worth right there,
Yeah, and I bet that keeps you going. Like that's a real go-getter thing to start sending your book to those famous people. Is that just how you are? Is that how you live your life? You're just a go-getter, like nothing's going to stop you.
Yeah, I try. I mean, I think, I've had so many different setbacks or side-to-side backs throughout my life that it just, if you don't just keep moving forward. And, my wife is an amazing advocate and positive person, and she really helps me stay grounded. And my mom's always been supportive. My dad was supportive. My sister's amazing. And so when you have these people around you, it's hard not to want to be a go-getter.
Right.
And so it's just like, what does it hurt to put a book in the mail and send it to someone that might find it worthwhile, right? I sent it to the Today Show, never heard anything back, whatever, who cares? I sent 2 books, big deal, right? And so, when you make about $1 a book, it really doesn't matter anyway. So.
You're happy to share.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
I love the way you talk about a lesson of failure. So clearly you take your lessons and you learn from them and you keep going, and having that supportive network is so helpful.
Yeah, believe me. I mean, I've wronged people. I've been wronged. I've made really poor choices. And the more you reflect and try to grow organically and honestly, those are the things that count. And, it's funny, like, do you ever read your book reviews on Amazon or Goodreads or whatever?
A little, yeah. I usually have to stop after a while.
I know. So it's just kind of funny. But, one really resonated. It was maybe a couple months ago, but a kindness book should be written by someone kind, not a marginal person. So obviously it had nothing to do with my book.
Yeah.
That was all about me. And so, obviously someone in my past that I didn't do right, or I made a bad decision, whatever. But it's just funny. It's like, okay, so that person took time to, kind of crunch me down, not the book's message, but that's obviously there's something going on, but it's funny. Yeah. I do the same as you. I try not to read them, but
what you really realize when you go through your reviews is that everybody has their own lens through which they see the world. And I'm guilty of just assuming everyone's like me often. And then, why wouldn't they be? And you read the reviews and it's like, where did that even come from? That was so far from the intent and so far from what everybody else saw. But it's just based on everybody's life experience, and people really do see the world differently, and there's nothing we can do about that. So
not at all. And
it
that's
takes guts
really
to get the work
hard,
out there.
Though. If you can't accept criticism or critique, then don't put your message out.
Don't.
But if you're doing it for yourself, then who cares what other people think, right?
Or just don't read the reviews.
Yeah, we have a president that doesn't care about what other people think. So why should we?
Well, that's certainly true. You can be president. Anyone can. Oh, that's funny. So where can people find you and find your book?
One Drop of Kindness can be found on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And then I have my website, jeffkubiak.com, where there's tons of free resources and free downloads. And, I try to do everything for free. I think as authors, as educators, as people, we should share and support each other with good ideas and good help and good intentions. So
I agree. I think that's fabulous. It's so true. We're all just looking to, fulfill our dreams in some little way, big dreams, small dreams, whatnot. So
but especially educators, like if you're iterating something and making it better, and let's help each other. Okay, Laurie, I'm going to charge you $6 because you made one of my lessons better. Not like that. We're all serving kids, right? As a servant, why should I do anything except try to help you be better for kids? So I don't know.
I love that. Well, I'll definitely share that, your website and all your information.
Well, thank you.
Along with this. And
I will share yours too, because your books are lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Thank you. I really appreciate that coming from somebody who works with children. And
like I said, I have 800 students, and your books find a wonderful niche in everyone's little heart. So it's great.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. Well, thanks for taking time out of your vacation to chat with me. I'm glad it worked out this time. And
I'm cold looking at your background because I see the snow, and unfortunately it's only 77 here in Kauai today. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Aloha. Thank you very much.
You've been listening to the Writer's Way podcast. For show notes, links to guests' information, and to learn more about the Writer's Way, check out lauriewriter.com. Until next week, enjoy this chapter of your life.